California Agricultural Soil Works is a business that prepares fields for planting permanent crops, vines, and trees. Using our smart development process, we evaluate the soil and create a custom preparation strategy for optimizing your particular soil potential. Then, using our patented machinery, we apply your consultant's prescribed blend of amendments to maximize the growing potential of your fields in the most effective and cost-efficient way. The VibroSoiler technology was developed and patented by Australian soil expert Randall Tomich. In 2007, John Crossland partnered with Randall to create AgSoilworks. Since then, the company has been preparing vineyards and orchards all throughout California. Our system is different than conventional ripping and amelioration. After a thorough evaluation of the existing soil, we determine exactly what amendments are needed and then place those amendments directly into the ripped row, blending them thoroughly. This creates a very efficient root zone where the plants can thrive and produce well. Our goal at AgSoilworks is to provide best practices to the grower to exponentially increase their chances of having a successful harvest. The Smart Development process is a system of soil preparation that incorporates 5 key components: soil testing, field mapping, amendment formulation, row ripping, and tilling. Each step is essential in determining best practices for preparing a field for planting. This process has been developed over the last 20 years with the help of farmers, mechanical engineers, and most importantly, soil scientists. We found that traditional vineyard development practices and traditional ripping was insufficient. A traditional ripping system with cross-ripping leaves areas that don't get affected by the shank itself. In a cross-rip field, the majority of the plants are very shallow-rooted, probably down to about 18 inches, and the soil just is not loosened to nearly the degree that we can achieve with our system. In consultation with soil scientists and PhDs, we developed the AgSoilworks process and unique custom-made tools. We also found that it was imperative to test and map the soil to determine the optimum level of amendments for each unique site. Once that is determined, using our unique tools, those amendments can be applied directly to the roots for greater efficiency and lower cost of materials. When this system is utilized, the grower will see superior results. Soil testing is key to understanding the existing soil structure and tension, moisture content, airspace, and movement throughout the rooting area, along with microbial activity. We at AgSoilworks really believe in looking at what's under the surface of the farmer's ground that we're working with. We dig soil pits to find out what's going on underneath the surface, and we analyze the soil in order to prescribe the perfect blend of materials for that particular field. We can then determine soil viability and if there are any problems that we need to address. It helps us prescribe an appropriate program of ripping and amelioration for the specific aspects that we find in a given farm and throughout a farmer's field. Having the homogeneous composition is crucial to the success of a crop. Soil mapping during the development process identifies areas of variability, suitability, soil type change, irrigation system requirements and design, crop selection, and GPS/GIS parameters for subsequent operations. This part of the process is important for determining what methods and inputs are best suited to a particular field. And because the AgSoilworks system is auto-steer GPS guided, consistent accuracy is ensured throughout the development. The GPS is accurate to within less than 1 inch. So because we're directly over the planting line, directly over the irrigation, we concentrate all the root matter exactly there. Once the soil has been tested and mapped, the data is used to determine the precise composition of amendments that will boost the efficacy of the soil, as well as crop quality and productivity. We work with consultants to formulate a custom blend of fertilizers and elements to create the proper composition and nutritional values for a particular crop. We like to combine compost as well as any other soil nutritional requirements together with lime or gypsum and cater to the whole volume of the soil, building an environment for the microbials to work best. This keeps the soil alive and fertile for the roots to explore it and prosper. The role of the compost and gypsum is to stabilize the soil. The deeper we can get it in the profile, the more stable the soil is, the larger the root system is going to be, and the more effective roots you're going to have. The VibroSoiler system of ripping allows for the creation of a homogeneous planting bed that concentrates the organic matter, amendments, and the irrigation right along the planting bed. We developed our main tool, the VibroSoiler Ripper, to rip down to a maximum of 6 feet, with a large vibrating wing on the back, which creates tremendous soil movement. We concentrate compost down to as deep as 4 feet, so the amendments are blended into the active root zone. By having greater blades behind the ripping box, we're bringing together the topsoil organic matter from between rows and incorporating it in a relatively small berm. Our system opens up and loosens the soil out to about 4 feet from each side of the plant. This provides important organic carbon for availability to the plants, and the larger soil volume at the base of the vine creates a water holding reservoir that makes a more efficient use out of the water provided for the root system. This creates a greater area that the roots can draw from. It also helps the plants endure heat spells and reduces the irrigation requirements as well. The result is a very favorable root zone that fosters a field that is even, robust, healthy, crops earlier, and provides a return on investment to the grower that comes in earlier and consistently. Using our VibroSoiler 2 pass system, in the first pass, we come directly over the planting row guided by our GPS, digging out a trench roughly about 2 feet deep and rip down to 4 feet. We then come through on the second pass with our amendment spreader and add compost and other amendments such as gypsum to the planting row. In our final pass, we rip and blend with the VibroSoiler action, blending the amendments through the profile laterally to about 4 to 5 feet and through the profile depth-wise. The vibrating action gives 3 to 4 times breakout due to heaving effect with minimal root pruning, and it creates a continuously tilled strip, so the trellis installation and planting process is much more efficient, up to 30% at times. In terms of your return on investment, using the AgSoilworks Smart System is actually about equivalent in costs to a standard cross ripping system, and often it's less expensive while achieving a superior result. Our growers have experienced a cost savings during the establishment phase for trellis installation and for planting, with a savings of as much as 30%, followed by earlier and larger crops. It's not unusual for wine grape growers using the AgSoilworks Smart System to produce marketable crops in the second year. The vines establish themselves well, establish themselves strong, with quality wood and with a robust root system to support them.